one man's virtue is another man's sin. Inkies are monogamous, which is widely known as a primary cause of jealousy and sexual frustration. In the Empire, citizens of over 60 circles end their lives through ritual suicide. They do this with dignity in order to make space for the new generations, bursting with strength. This is an act for which they are greatly admired. Other nations live together with their foul-smelling elderly, who waddle about in need of constant care, who cling to their families like leeches until their natural end. The Empire seeks to free these people from themselves, abolish their pagan customs, and bring freedom of spirit and the power of democracy to these savage lands. But just as I say, feast for one means famine for another. People of the Empire uphold their freedom through a complex rule system. They embrace freedom as a concept and in name. But true individual freedom would be considered a slap in the face of community. If I can keep 2 irons in one fire, I may be able to succeed. While Miriam and the Dorai are trying to save my son in the past, I've been preparing for my revenge in the future. The last living member of the Cobalt King crew, Zach Gully, the co-pilot. You were so keen to carry out your orders that you saw fit to put a bullet in my son's head. Today, you'll get what you deserve. Got you, miserable old. There's no escape. Nice little toy you've got there, but nothing can save your ass now. No match for it. What the hell? Dad?
Gara, I'm still 600 units behind you. I've got to reduce the gap between us. The front lines are closing up too fast. Zara, the tower's ground defense has been eliminated. You're up. Good luck, poor bastard. The tower is yours. Tell Cos if you ever see him again to forget about me once and for all. As far as I'm concerned, I've paid him thrice for. If he says otherwise, then he can go to hell with his belongings.
I, all on my own, managed to commit the two greatest blunders in the history of Imperial intelligence. First, I had my name switched with that of the treasonous pilot of the Cobalt King in the report on the Battle of Mirage Mountain. Central Intelligence believed my work would be easier to accomplish if our enemies presumed me dead. This was a mistake, knowing my father. But at the time, I had no idea he would spin such an elaborate web of revenge. I made my second mistake when the order came down to find out who'd been methodically erasing every surviving member of the Cobalt King's crew. We set up a trap, and I took the place of Zach Gully, the long-dead co-pilot, the very man who in reports had supposedly killed me. I volunteered to do the job, hoping to end the killing spree. After all, if the murderer knew of the forgery, he might lump me in with the same lot. I wanted to face him head-on, not get stabbed in the back. We faced each other, indeed, and I killed my own father as he attempted to avenge my death. These mistakes are unforgivable. All I can do is live with them.
They say wisdom comes with age. But as I get older, I've begun to feel the opposite is true. It's not that I know less, per se, although the pace at which I learn is certainly slowing. It's more that, as a child, I saw more and experienced more. Everything was new. I reveled in tastes, colors prickled my senses. All sensory input made me feel richer. As I grew older, my world narrowed. Precise moods that I used to know in the past, I couldn't even begin to recall now. What brought me to this point? I don't know. I can no longer feel the purpose, the object, the sensation. Back then, it was the journey that amazed me. Today, I'm pleased enough by simple arrivals. And I have arrived. This is Syriad, the home of the project, the floating fortress. Our story will end here.
Akita Dryad, recording. This is the last circle. The Prophet Enki has seen nothing further for our nation. Whatever the Empire is up to, we will do everything in our power to try and prevent it. If all goes well, Linthas should be working to distract the Empire during their victory parade. We will make our stand. There are only two of us now. All other Enkis are dead, or slaves of the project. We cannot save them. There's simply nothing to be done. The book does not have our names written. Either both of us die or whatever may be. Recording pause.
Code Red D. Movement in Central Corridor. Emergency shutdown. Life functions have ceased in all blocks.
No!
How stable can history be when you can travel through time? The only thing you can count on is the state of the present moment, the status quo. According to the current state of things, on the day I killed my father, the terrorist in our registry, under the name of Akita Dryad, extinguished her own nation and vanished into time without a trace. So perfectly without a trace, one could presume she landed somewhere past the time continuum. I have no hope of ever saving my father, and the only one I could hope to seek revenge upon would be myself. All I'm left with is a sour irony. Dryad would perhaps tell the story with greater indifference than I do. It took me a long time to notice it. Her time and trials are not yet over, but she certainly paid her dues for her country. The sensors on Siriad recorded an intrusion of 2 foreign beings that day. Deep analysis of the sequence of events that caused her to obliterate her people has become a matter of imperial interest, since the key to Lael's power and riches lies with the project. But that's a different story for another time.